Here I am on my Ravelry profile page. You'll know it's your profile page because you'll see your name here, and underneath it tells you that you can edit your profile. Here you can see that I have only 9 things listed in my stash. If I click on that, it shows you that I've got 8 items in my stash and 1 used up and 1 that I'm willing to trade or sell. I'm not sure which one that is. But as you can see, most of these are not full skeins. 219 yards, that might be a full skein. So I clicked on that one. It says it's in stash and not for sale. Well, I could list that for sale, but I know it's gray and I'm likely to use it someday. So I'm going to just go arrow back to where I was. I don't know if that's a full skein. No, half a skein. So I wouldn't look to sell that. Nobody would want to buy it. 191 yards. That is a full skein. And that's hot pink, the color Way Barbara. So yeah, I might make a beret with that someday. I'm not sure which one is will trade or sell. Let me click on that and see what it says. Oh, that's why it's not listed there. Yes, all of these Rowan yarns that I have behind here, these are all available for trade or sale. So I do actually have these listed, you see. Now, if I wanted to add something, let me just go back here. See this little button? It says add to stash. You would click on that and it gives you an opportunity to select where you purchased this yarn, if it was at a local yarn store, if it's recycled, if you bought it at a festival, the name of the yarn, the company brand, and I've already put these stores in as stores where I have shopped. So Ravelry is smart, it knows it. So if it was from someplace that I already shopped, it would be there for me. I think these vendors are also known to Ravelry's database, but you could always enter right here the name of the store. So if you were not familiar with that, now you are. It's a really good place to list your stash, especially if you're looking to trade or sell it. If I'm in my profile and I want to go into my projects, I think there's a way to show your yarn here as well. So for example, let me choose this one. I believe that I put this yarn into my stash. I forget now. I believe there is a way to have this reduce your stash. Well, I guess when I purchased it and I started this project, I entered that I had 6 skeins. When I'm all done, I think there's a way, maybe, oh yes, if I edit the project, if I had yarn left over, I think I could enter the total that I used, and I think the rest of it might go into stash. You have to play around with this a little because I'm not 100% sure, but you see it says use stash yarn. I suppose if I had a large stash and I was pulling from my stash to knit this project, I would select that I want to use something from my stash, and it would take it out of my stash and know that it was in use here. But I do believe at the end, if I record a different amount, it would have adjusted the quantity if I had this in stash. I'm not doing this really clearly, but I think you probably get the gist of it, and you'll just go ahead and play around with it on your own. But do put it here, because if somebody's looking for something, like let's say I go into yarns and I'm looking for Rowan felted tweed, for example. So here's felted tweed. Right up here where it says stashes, 44,000 people have it in their stash. I can see all these stashes. There's 500 pages worth of Rowan felted tweed in people's stash. But you can also select that you only want to look at the people who are willing to trade or sell it. So let's see how that drops it down. Now there's only 16 pages from those 500 pages. So if I was interested in, let's say, these, I could contact that person. I could go click on them, and I would go to Zlaty's profile page and send Zlaty a message to say, are you willing to sell it to me? Because I see you're in France and there would be some shipping involved. Maybe I don't want to contact that person for that reason. I'm in the United States and shipping might be prohibitive. So if I'm looking for this color, duck egg, I think that I can also search for who's selling duck egg. I can put in here duck egg. And let's see how many pages worth. It's just this one page. There's only 5 different people. Zlaty is one of them. Let's see where these other people are. This person doesn't say what country they're in, but they say $10, including shipping in the US. $10 for each skein. And you see it does say here, will trade or sell. And right from here, you can send them a message. As you can see, it's really well organized. So I hope that's also helpful to you.